You guys know I love TIMEX, and yesterday they released yet another new GMT. This one looks a lot like the James brand edition that they recently released. That was a limited edition that sold out very quickly. It had a Miyota 9000 series, the 9075, which of course is a Traveler's GMT. That sold out very quickly, so now they are back with yet another GMT in titanium. It's in their Expedition North lineup of watches. However, this is a little bit of a head scratcher, and I'll explain why during the video. Before we get into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. So let's talk about the details on this new release from TIMEX, an Expedition North titanium GMT. Like I mentioned in the intro, TIMEX are back with another GMT. Again, this one is in titanium. It's 41 millimeters, and it looks like it's very heavily inspired by the James brand collaboration that they did earlier this year on a titanium GMT. However, there are some significant differences between the two models, not only in looks. This will get a 24-hour steel bezel. They're keeping the 24-hour bezel, but they are making this in all stainless steel. This gets 200 meters of water resistance, just like that original James brand version. Sapphire crystal on the front and back. This one is in titanium. However, the website does not specify if this is grade 5 titanium or grade 2. It just says titanium. So I would assume that this watch is in just grade 2 titanium. If I find out anything different, I will put that down in the description below. This one only comes on a strap. It's very similar to the strap that the James brand edition came on. So that means it is not a tapering strap. It is silicone, and this is not coming on a titanium bracelet. So the titanium bracelet is not an option on this watch. The case here is more angular. So when you're looking at the lugs, there's a little bit more of a angular look to the lugs and the case in general. It's still a roundish case, a barrel case. However, it's a little bit more angular. That is very different from the James brand edition that had a very smooth, very sweeping case that looked very vintage inspired, maybe 1970s. The dial gets very large indices. These are much larger than when you got on the James brand edition. It gets a very large 12 o'clock index, which is a triangle. The indices are applied and they look like they might be solid blocks of lume. However, that is yet to be determined. The hands are also very different. The hands here are fence post hands that are rounded on the edge, and they are in a bright white, the same color that they are using for the indices. The dial also very different here. At the top of the dial, right below that large triangle, you're getting TIMEX. Right below that, it says Expedition, and then below that, it says North. Then you have the hand stack. Right below the hand stack, it's saying GMT in yellow. And then it says automatic below that, and it gives you the water resistance, which is 200 meters of water resistance. This watch looks a lot like, dial-wise at least, the Tudor Black Bay Pro. A lot of people are already commenting on this and saying it looks like a homage to the Tudor Black Bay Pro, and you can definitely see it, especially in the GMT hand, which has a large rectangle on it. It's in yellow to match that GMT on the dial. And then the second hand also gets a rectangle in it, obviously meant to sort of look like a snowflake hand for one reason or another. That's the way that they went with this. I think it actually looks really good, and I don't think it looks like an homage to the Black Bay Pro. It looks like its own thing. It definitely looks like an explorer style watch. That's what I would call it. That is not a bad thing in my opinion. So you might have noticed I have not spoken about the movement yet. The movement in the James brand edition was the Miyota 9075, a very popular GMT movement being used by many different micro brands these days, and it's somewhat of a higher end movement even from Miyota. However, they are not using that movement in this watch. They are using an NH34, which is a Seiko product. The Seiko NH34 is not a Traveler's GMT. It is a military GMT or an office GMT. That's what it's referred to. All that means is that when you are changing the GMT time, it is the GMT hand that moves, not the local hour hand. That does not skip. It is the GMT hand. Some people find this less desirable. Some people find it more desirable. However, it is a little harder to create the 9075. It's a little bit higher end of a movement. So I think people will be a little bit upset about this. All in all, I think this is a very good looking watch. It's very similar to that James brand. So if you like the James brand and you like the look of that watch, I think this is even better looking. And one other thing, this is cheaper, coming in at $549, while that James brand edition did get a bracelet that was over $800, actually much closer to $900, and it was pretty expensive. However, you were getting a grade 5 titanium case with that, grade 5 titanium bracelet. The strap was also included, and last but not least, you were getting a Miyota 9075. So those factors do add in to that price, and obviously that bracelet, just to make that bracelet, is a lot more difficult. I would assume that they would eventually cast that bracelet in grade 2 titanium and make that available for this watch. But if you are interested in this watch and you want to know more information on it, I have one on the way. I ordered one because I really do want to feature this watch on my channel. So definitely subscribe, hit that bell icon so you are alerted when I come out with videos. I will be coming out with a video the moment I get this watch so that you guys can see what it looks like in hand, and I will be able to compare it to the James brand edition because I will have both. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think down in the comments below. You guys know I'm a big fan of TIMEX. I'm a little bit disappointed that they switched over to the NH34. However, I could see why, obviously to save a little bit of money. I would have preferred that they used a Miyota movement here, but the NH34 is no slouch. It's a really good movement. It's very reliable. There are some functionality differences that really don't matter all that much to me. But it does matter to some people out there, and that will make a difference. The overall difference for me, that is probably the biggest gripe that I would have, is the lack of grade 5 titanium. I love grade 5 titanium, and I do like the Miyota 9075 because it is thinner. Those are my two gripes, I would say, but let's see. I will hold off judgment until I actually receive the watch in hand. Either way, thank you for logging on. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I will catch you guys in the next video.